Welcome to the Hoffington Post. I'm here with a man that's been hustling for a very long time. And I know that a lot of people are always curious to know about what he does and like who he really is. But I'm going to leave him to introduce himself, and then I'm going to get into asking some questions about what he does and more about his journey.
What's going on, people? Suge White. Just come through today. Friend of mine, known him for years, Phil, asked me to come through for his podcast, so he's on positive vibes and all that, so I thought I'd come through and, you know, give my 2 pence. He wants to ask me some questions, so here we are.
Cool. So what is it that you do? What type of business do you have?
Well, my main business right now is I run a exotic car business.
Okay.
Well, it's a comparison site for exotic cars. That's my main thing that I'm focused on right now. Obviously, I've just started my clothing line that I'm wearing today. I got properties and that, but I've been doing that for years. But right now, my main focus is my car business. But that obviously with the COVID and that, times are hard, like. But it's flying now. Obviously, just on a deal with Top Gear.
Yeah, amazing.
Obviously the biggest car company in the world. We're going to feature in a magazine, so we're doing well. We're doing really well, but obviously with COVID now, times a bit harder. But yeah, that's my main thing right now. So yeah,
amazing. So why did you start up in business?
Okay, that's an open-ended question. Like, why did I start business? Well, like obviously, when I was young, I was broke. You get me? Single parent household, all that kind of thing. There, never had no money. Never had all the nice what people had. You get me? So I was living like that for the longest time, innit? But then when I got to like my teens and into my early 20s, it's like, nah, I'm seeing people doing well. It's like, there's got to be a way that, like, I know that's what I want. Like, I want to be successful. I want to make money. I've seen my mum struggle for a whole life, you get me? So it's like, boom, I need to do something. So in regards to business, obviously that came down the road, because obviously as a young kid, especially from a poor area, it's like obviously you go down certain roads to make money. There's not much options.
Yeah.
Like so, but I always know I'm going to make money one way or the other, whether it be the right or the wrong way. For the longest time, it wasn't the right way. But I've always had a business mind though. Anyway, I've always seen certain things, like certain, there's something that someone's not doing there, like that I can do. Yeah. So I've always had that business mindset. Obviously, when I got older, I'm 29 now. Obviously, I'm old. I'm getting older. You get me? We all are.
You ain't old.
I'm not old, but like, you get me? I'm getting older, but like, eventually, it's like I wanna go into doing businesses. Yeah. You get me? Because that's the way you're gonna see financial freedom, and that's always what I wanted, like financial freedom. Like, so that's clearly the best way in my eyes to do it. So I knew eventually I'm going to progress into that. It took a while, but like eventually I went into that, and then that was it really. Like I knew that's what I wanted to do. So yeah.
There's a lot of trials and tribulations in business. Could you give us a scenario of a problem that you've solved? Because the reason why I asked this question, because on Instagram and social media, people can show the best life ever, but don't really ever show the actual hard graft to get to where you need to be.
That's true, because obviously on my Instagram, obviously I'm living a good lifestyle and that, you know, obviously everyone sees my Instagram and it's like, oh, look how this guy's living, like he's going on holiday every month and he's driving these cars and whatever, but like you just put it best, you're only seeing the highlights, you're only seeing the best side, you aren't seeing all the graft they've had to put in. So yeah, that's a fact, like, because people always think that, people always say to me, how'd you do that? It's like, as if I've just done it overnight, you know what I'm saying? But I've been out here for years, obviously I'm 29. But like, in regards to trials, tribulations, I've had loads in life and in business, both. But like, I don't know about examples, but obviously my business now, I started up from scratch, started it from the absolute bottom, obviously put my own money up and that. And there's been loads of like, and I'm sure you can attest to this, like in business, when you start a business now, you go into it, you're like, all right, this is going to happen, it's going to happen. Yeah. It's going to be smooth. Like, this is going to work, that's going to work. And you find out quick, all right, hurdle.
Yeah.
Like, all right, cool, that's not going to work how I thought.
Nah.
Like my business now, I had a plan of what I was going to do, and it seemed perfect on paper. But then when I tried to actually do it, all right, cool. That's like I'd approach a company, like I'd call a vendor that I'd want to go on board with my business, and I'd pitch it to them. I'd be like, all right, that's not going to work for us because we ain't got this kind of software. Or there's loads of different things. Like you're always gonna, like, people. If anyone's, like, all the listeners, like, in business, if you're going to start a business, it's doable, but just know you're gonna hit hurdles. Yeah. Like, so, like I said, my business now, my main one, my car business. It's been constant, that, you get me? We had to adjust and adapt all the way. But obviously, it's adapt or die. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't adapt, you have to be able to adjust
100%.
to problems. Like, you're always going to get them, no matter what. Like, you've had your fair share of businesses, so you know. And obviously, anyone that's had a business or no successful business person's going to say, oh, yeah, it was all smooth sailing, like crazy, like all the way through. But like, even I knew that already, because I've had issues in the past when I've brought properties and stuff, and it's been like, okay, that wasn't. I'm thinking, okay, this is a good investment. It turned out it wasn't a good investment. But in regard, even still, me, like, even my newest business, I still thought it's going to be a smooth sailor. Yeah. Like, this can't even. But no. So yeah, obviously, it's been difficult. Same with my clothes as well. Obviously, I've just started this clothing brand, Sweet Brand Clothing, me and my friend. And we've been struggling to get, like, manufacturers and things like that. Things that I thought would be quite simple. Yeah. Not simple. Yeah. So obviously, like I said, we had to adjust in it. We had to keep pushing, keep trying to find, what I've been doing is trying to find the right link, the right plug and all that, but we're getting there. But yeah, so
it takes time, innit?
Difficult times, like, in business, in life in general, and in business. But like I said, there's always a way. When there's a will, there's a way. So, like, obviously, you just got to find that way. The road's not going to be straight; it's going to be bumpy, but you got to find it. So yeah.
So how do you remain consistent when you do, like, still motivated when you do hit them hurdles?
Okay. That's a good question as well, because obviously recently with COVID as well, because my business, just to give you a quick rundown, like, my business is a comparison site for supercars, innit? We're the only one in the world. Like, there isn't another one in the world, innit? Like, so we're a brand new business. We haven't got any competitors. You get me? But that's why we're flying. But our business, my business, is travel dependent. Obviously, most people that rent supercars do it on holiday. Yeah. So we're in a global lockdown. Yeah. So, like, business has been very slow. Yeah. Compared to September, for example, business was very high when the lockdown was lifted in most places. Now it's in our main places of business are Spain, Portugal. Obviously, we've got a business here, Dubai, America. They're all in lockdown, most of them. So it's like, motivation at times, I've been like, oh man, like, this is annoying. Obviously, I've got staff. I've got to pay my staff. Yeah. And it's like, it's difficult because we there's no furlough for business owners. Yeah. So it's like
the truth right there. Yeah. So furlough for us.
So it's like, okay, I run a business. I'm paying my staff. I've got to pay all these different things. And it's like, sometimes I think to myself, I get them negative thoughts creeping. Yeah. Like, oh man, like, how am I gonna get through this? But you just got to keep going. Like, I know that if you've got a product that people want to buy, you're always going to be good. You get me? So it's like, even through hard times like this, you just got to keep pushing it, keep positive, which is something I used to struggle to do. And you'll get there as long as you have the right mindset and the right drive. Yeah. Like, you'll get through it. It's difficult, but you can do it.
So going into mindset, what are the most imperative mindsets you think entrepreneurs need? And then we'll get into a bit more deeper in terms of routine, because I think having a specific routine for mindset is important as well.
Mindset, in regards to mindset, I think that as a business person or entrepreneur, like you put it, you just need to be able to identify, like, say, you need to find a USP, a unique selling point, and you just need to be able to, if you can find something people want to buy, then if you can find, like, a product that people want, you're always going to be, that's going to be good. It's going to do you good. Yeah. Like, so it's like, when I looked at my business, it's like, okay, my business saves people time, and obviously time is the most important thing should be the most important thing to anyone.
Yeah.
And if you can save someone time, they're gonna use that product. You get me? So it's that kind of thing. You got to be able to identify a market. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a market for so many things, and there's so many saturated markets. Not saying that you can't enter a saturated market and do your own thing, take it to the next level.
Yeah.
But if you can identify a market where there's the product someone wants to buy, and you can save someone time, and you can save all these things, then that's the kind of things I look for. When I'm looking into a business, I'm thinking, okay, where are these holes that I can exploit? You know what I'm saying? And then, so that's the main thing that I look for, that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
So what routine do you have for your mindset? Because you said previously that you didn't have a great mindset or mental attitude. So how have you been able to turn that around?
Well, that's a big question, because everyone that has any idea of who I am, or if they know me, they just know that I wasn't living a negative life before. I was living a bad lifestyle. I was walking on the wrong path, and my life was just a whirlwind. I was going through some crazy situations. I nearly died a few times. You know what I'm saying? I got stabbed. I got run over. And then I was going through a lot of over traumatizing things in my life. So I wasn't trying to be positive. You get me? How I got through it, I can't even answer that question, because when I was living a negative lifestyle, I had money, I had everything that people think they want. I had it. You get me? I had, cars, girls, things like that. Yeah. But I was on a negative vibes. I was just on I don't care. I don't care about life. I don't care about nothing. I might die tomorrow, so I don't care.
Yeah.
You get me? But how did I get through it? I can't even say. I just organically, my eyes just open. This is self-destructive, man. I can't live like this. You know what I'm saying? So. What
was that moment though? Was there a moment when you had that, and you thought something's got to change?
It wasn't even a moment. It was I was living a certain way, and then. It was just a gradual, this ain't right, man. I can't. I started having a will to live again, but I can't say where it was from. I just it just come organically. I can't live like this no more. There wasn't a moment of boom. Okay, this happened to me, and now I know. Obviously, my family, my close family, I've only got my mum, but she was depressed because of how I was living. So that was another thing that made me think, okay, I need to change things. But yeah, I don't know. I just realised that I can't live this negative way. I need to shift it. So when I started my business last May, my car business, I put all my focus into that. You get me? I started coming off the road, and I put all my focus into my car business, put all the money up. And then I was just grafting on that. So I think possibly that come hand in hand when I had a purpose, a positive purpose. Because I've always had a purpose in life to make money, to be successful. I want to do this, I want to do that. But a positive purpose in my life helped me get into a positive mindset.
Amazing. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was it really. Probably, I would say that was it. The catalyst was probably my car business, because I knew I was onto a gold mine here.
Yeah.
And I knew it was organic, and I knew that from experience, because the business was built from my experience.
Yeah.
The reason why I started the business, and this goes back into what I was saying earlier, I was flying out to all these countries, America and Monaco and etc., and I was trying to rent cars, and it was just a nightmare to rent a car. I'm trying to get cars, can't get them, give up, because the process to rent a car is so unbelievably long-winded.
Yeah.
And you got to keep checking you got to go through all the different websites to find the right one, and then obviously I'd rent a car, and then I'd find out on the day I'm leaving that wherever I'm leaving. For example, when I went to Miami, I rented a Lamborghini, whatever. The day I'm leaving, I could have got it £500 cheaper. So all these different things correlated, and I said to myself, me and my business partner were there's got to be an easier way to do this. There's got to be an easier way that'll save me time.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? Yeah, why don't we just do it? Why not? Let's see if anyone else is doing it. We looked it up, no one else is doing it. So we're what's stopping us from doing it? There's nothing stopping us from being able to build something like this. So yeah, I think that was it really. I think when you have positive purposes in your life, such as a business.
Yeah.
Because before that, I had no businesses. I had property, but I was on the road.
Mm-hmm.
You get me? I was living a life that you can't sustain.
Yeah.
It's not sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
You get me? When you're young, you think it is.
Yeah.
When I'm 29,
mm-hmm.
you get me? Like, so it's like, it's easy to be negative when you're in that,
when that's all you know.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, when I started my business, my latest one, should I say, I put all my focus into it. Every other business I ever had before that was a side.
Yeah.
This is my main thing here.
Yeah.
And this is on the side. Whereas now it's all my legitimate businesses now.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm putting all my energy into.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think that's it. I think that's the hand in hand, the positive, the shift.
Okay.
You get me? To getting out of that mindset into the new one.
Cool.
So I say that to everyone, like, you should get on, when you get a positive purpose, that's every person should be striving towards a positive purpose.
Yeah.
Because when you're on your purpose, nothing can stop you. Like you're going to be living better. You're going to be looking better. You're going to be feeling better.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's it.
So how do you still remain driven, even though you hit them barriers?
Okay, how I remain driven is my standards, like my goals are sky high. You know what I'm saying? Like people will say about me, oh, he's got everything. Like, he's successful,
mm-hmm.
he's young, yet he's done so much. I'm not even bragging or boasting in it. I'm just saying that's what people think.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm nowhere near where I want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I don't make £1 billion in my life, if I'm on my deathbed,
mm-hmm.
and I ain't made £1 billion, I'm gonna be like, I failed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where most people come at me now and act like I've already won.
Yeah.
Like I could just retire and
mm-hmm.
be cool, but nah, I'm not on that. I mean, I probably could, but I'm not on that. Like, I want to be a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? I want to be.
I love it.
Like you're saying, I'm nowhere near that. So how I keep my drive, I'm never gonna lose it. Like it's just like
it's built in.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Like when, like 10 years ago when I jumped on the road and that, it's like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make this much money, and then I made that much money quickly. It's fast money, but
mm-hmm.
you get me. It's not, like as we said earlier, it's not sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
So like, obviously, I was like, I want to do more. I always want to do more, and I always set myself goals. I say that to anyone: you have to set yourself goals. You have to, because if you don't, you just going in a maze to nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, I always set goals. Every single, like, I set my goals and I have a date where I'm gonna achieve that goal, and I have to do it. If I don't reach the goal, it's like I failed. Now I've got to set a new one and get there, but I have to get there. And if I don't, like, some people set goals and they're just goals. Yeah, I'll get there one day. Here's an example. So when I started my car with my cars, I put a goal in my goals list to do a deal with BOTB. I don't know if you know BOTB. It's this.
No.
It's a business that was on Dragon's Den. It's basically a business where they do give away raffle for supercars and that.
Okay, yeah.
So it correlates with my business. You might see it on
mm-hmm.
you see it on advertisements on YouTube all the time. But like, I was like, I want to do an advertisement deal with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's something I want to do. That was a long-term goal. And then we closed that deal like last month, way before I expected to close it.
Yeah.
Like, I set it to be done by summer next year.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, I set that like earlier this year, and then we've done it.
Done.
You know what I'm saying? We've done it already.
Yeah.
So like, you always need goals, like, because
mm-hmm.
when you got goals, you know what you're striving for,
Yeah.
and you're striving to that goal every day.
Mm-hmm.
So every day you get one step closer. It's like, okay, I'm one step closer.
Yeah.
That's gonna keep you away from negativity and like feeling down and feeling
mm-hmm.
like, oh, you know, this ain't going well. If you're one step closer to your goal, you're nice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It might take 100 steps, it might take 1,000, but
mm-hmm.
if you keep setting them, like, and you reach them, and then you set a new one, that's like, you're always going to be like on the move, on the go, building,
mm-hmm.
and that's what you need to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
you know, with like your like negative thoughts,
mm-hmm.
how do you deal with negative thoughts?
Negative thoughts, man. You know, it's funny because like my mind, like I said, I used to literally embrace negativity.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I literally used to be that. I used to tag my posts on Instagram negative vibes only. You get me? like you know, man say good vibes.
Yeah.
I used to say bad vibes. Like, I used to, because I was going through, like I said, I was going through a mad time in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was suicidal.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to die every day. Like,
mm-hmm.
I I nearly did die. Like I mentioned earlier, I got stabbed, I got run over. I got into the mix with dangerous people. They were saying like, when we catch you, you're dead. People were saying that to me. When we catch you, you're dead. So it's like I was that combined with other traumatizing things in my life at the time, personal issues I was going through. I was like I was the embodiment of negativity. Yeah. So like, it's like I was embracing that. So like, I was like, I want to be negative. I was just living like I was just being can you swear on here?
Yeah.
Like, I was just being a prick, like, you know what I'm saying? Like everyone was like, this guy's a prick. Like, what's wrong with this guy? You know what I'm saying? But I was like, I got money, I got success, fuck you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but to go full circle, I get them thoughts creeping back in now, sometimes, especially during the lockdown as well. There'll be moments where, because obviously I'm trying to live good, it's like, I feel them creeping back in. How do I deal with them? I just try and like stay healthy. I've lost a lot of weight. I've lost like 5 stone since I started moving into a positive and changing my life around. Lost a lot of weight. A healthy body's healthy mind. I try and read a lot. Yeah. Like if ever I start getting into bad thoughts, I just take a moment with my own thoughts, try and move away. And then I just try and think of things that will help me, such as reading, learning, gaining knowledge. And I might just go and do some boxing or something. Yeah. Or I just try and just stay healthy as I can mentally and physically, because obviously it's unhealthy to be negative all the time. And like I said, I'm the poster boy for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the poster boy. I don't think not many people have ever embraced negativity like that. So like, I can identify it straight away. So when it comes, it's like, but everyone has them. Like, so anyone listening, you're going to get negative thoughts, innit? Yeah. Like, I'm sure you get them too, innit?
Yeah, of course.
But like, obviously you just got to like, know what's best for you. Live a healthy life, I'd say. You get me? Like, read, learn, and it'll help you move forward in a positive way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So feed yourself with information, good positive information.
I'll tell that to anyone involved, because obviously there's going to be a lot of business people watching this and people that want to start a business. Like when I started looking into building businesses and things like that, I looked what other business people did, successful business people, like what do they do? What's their behavioural habits? A lot of them's the same. Like a lot of successful business people have the same habits, and pretty much every last business person are well-read people. Yeah, they read a lot of business books, things like that. So I would advise anyone, if you haven't, get reading. Read successful people's books. Read Warren Buffett's book. Read Rich Dad Poor Dad. Read Live or Think Rich. Read Grant Cardone's books. Like
very good books.
Like read all them books, and there's loads, man. There's loads of books you can read, and it's only going to help you. Even if you take it on board and think, okay, that's not something that I would do, but you just know you got that base knowledge of, okay, you're building a business brain regardless. Yeah. Even natural business people, you're still going to get better. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I had a natural business brain when I went into building businesses, just from generally and just other things in life, but I'm so much more astute now, just from reading. So I would advise anyone that's looking to get in business to do that anyway. You know what I mean? So
what would you tell to your 18-year-old self?
Wow. I'd say stay single. No, I'm joking. What I'd say is, you're going to have a lot of people around you giving you bad advice. So don't take it, because, this is a good one. Like, so someone once said to me, stay in your lane. And I think that's the dumbest advice you could ever give anybody. Stay in your lane. When you're why would you stay in your lane? Like when you get into a destination, you move over lanes. Yeah, you get me? So like, I'm not trying to stay in my lane. Like I'm not trying to like stay on one path. Like I'm trying to get where I'm going. I'm trying to overtake this car. Yeah. I'm going this lane to get to there. Yeah. So like, bad advice. A lot of people around me give me bad advice. That's one thing I'd say. Another thing to my 18-year-old self I'd say is, like, a lot of people's going to be jealous of you. Don't let that infect you. That's definitely something I would say. I'd just say, I mean, I've done okay. To be fair, I'm lucky. Like I've got through to the other side lucky because obviously I was on a road that doesn't normally end well for most people. It ends in jail or it ends you dying.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've managed to come out the other side. So I wouldn't change much. Like obviously, like you go through things in life and you learn from it.
Yeah.
Innit? So like, I've come out the other side now. I've made mistakes, met many mistakes. Like you said before, people don't see these mistakes I've made. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, a lot of them. But like, you learn.
Yeah.
Like you don't lose, you learn. So like, just what I'd say to my 18-year-old self probably would be, you're gonna make mistakes. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
But just make sure you learn from them and grow from them. That's what I'd advise any 18-year-old, not just me. You get me? Because obviously, I wouldn't change nothing about me, to be honest, because, you know.
It makes you who you are.
Exactly. Like, I wouldn't change nothing, like I says. Even the mistakes I made, I wouldn't change them. Because if I didn't make them mistakes, I wouldn't know better now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Like, now I've got the mistakes I've made in the property market, for example. I ain't going to make that mistake again now.
Yeah.
Because I already made it when I was young and didn't really know what I was doing.
Yeah.
And I've got better people around me now that can give me better advice. And so that came from making that mistake.
Yeah.
So that's what I'd say. I wouldn't say to my 18-year-old self, to any 18-year-old out there, you're gonna make mistakes, embrace them, because you can't get to success without a mistake, or 100
failures.
You know what I'm saying?
You need to have them.
As long as you learn from them and don't make the same mistake again,
Yeah.
you're good.
100%. So, the naysayers, those people that come and chat shit to you, speak down to you, or speak about you, how do you deal with them people?
If you'd asked me this 2 years ago, I'd say I'd punch them up. But like, this is mad because when I started making money, like, okay, let me just rewind. When I was young, I had no male role models in my life. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no, I don't really chat to my dad.
Yeah.
I got no uncles, got no older brothers. Like, my role models were people from my area, drug dealers mostly, or like rappers or like Suge Knight, people like that. So it's like, I looked at them, I looked at these people, like in my area, say, that was making money, driving nice cars and that. And I never had no hate. I was always like, I want to be like that. Yeah. So when I started making money,
that's cool.
When I started making money, it took me by surprise that so many people was hating, like coming at me with hate. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just like, wow, okay, all right, cool. Like when I was young, like 22, and that, I was like, all right, you know, now I'm old, so I don't really care. But like, it just comes with the territory, man. Most people aren't going to be successful. They're held back by like who know their mindset. Like I said this before on one of my things. Like, if you're broke, that's your fault. Yeah, it's no one else's fault. It's not the system's fault. You're not being held back. There's nothing stopping you from being successful. Like one of my best friend's dad come over here from Egypt with nothing, with just the clothes on his back, barely speak English, and now he's like a multi-millionaire. He built an empire from the ground, from nothing. So if you're broke, that's your fault. That's not no one's fault. Just because I'm successful here and you ain't, that's on you, man. But people project their failures onto other people. I'm sure you've experienced it.
Yeah, I've been experiencing it quite a bit, to be honest.
Of course. Like, I remember when you had in-house. Yeah. And people would hate on that. Yeah. People would like. Yeah. Why? Because the guys took initiative and started something. Yeah. Like, you've started something that's doing well. Why would you hate on that? I don't understand. But how to deal with it? You can't deal with it. You just got to brush it off. Okay. So on my Instagram, I get about 10 messages a week off random people. You're a clown. Look at you stunting. You're an idiot. Like, just hate. Yeah, I mean, I'm not even like, who am I? I'm just a guy from Brum/Wolves. That's like, I'm not even famous. But yet I get random people that I don't follow messaging me on my Instagram, and I used to always reply, "Oh, this is my address. Come see me." Like, Like I used to buy. That's what they want. So now, if ever I get that, just block them. Just block. You know,
I think I might have to take that advice and block, because I've not really replied back. But sometimes you just want to. I want to throw some positivity out there, and then it just doesn't even do you any good.
There's no point, bro, because these people, yeah, they're pathetic. Like they're not doing nothing in life, because no one that's doing something in life would ever do that. Like I would never, if I didn't know you, and I come across your page and saw this podcast and you was, or whatever else you're involved in, I'm never gonna message you and say you're a dickhead. I'm never gonna do that, because that's not my mindset. Like my mindset is that's sick. If I see someone doing well, I'm like, that's sick. Like there's bare people that's doing. I
just don't get people that do that shit though, the dumb shit.
You can't help them, bro. You can't help these people. Like
that's something that I've honestly been trying to overcome more. To be honest,
because I've had people like just lie about me. You know, the rumors I've heard about me. Like the other day I was gonna put Instagram up saying every rumor you heard about me, it's true. It's true. All them rumors, they're true. Like just believe them, because like I've heard so many rumors about me that are just unbelievable. Like it's just crazy. And it's like, wow, you are that pathetic, all these people, you're that pathetic, your life must be that bad that you got to make up rumours about me just because I'm living well. You know what someone said to me once? You know, I don't know if you've seen on my Instagram, but obviously I went to Dubai before the lockdown.
Yeah.
Got loads of cars out and stuff like that. And obviously I got pictures in them. And someone commented that, like I said, random guy, don't know them, no followers, no mutual friends, nothing. And he commented on my picture saying, you're the Photoshop king. Like, so I've just photoshopped myself in these pictures. I was like, okay, bro. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. I was like, why don't you go and look at the next one when I'm driving the car in a video? Like, you think I've CGI'd myself into this thing? I'm not tech savvy, you know. Like, I can't do things like that. So man. To go full circle, naysayers. Anyone that's successful, you're gonna get them. Because they can't understand. Like before, when someone said to me once, I can't believe that you've never had a job before. I was like, I don't knock anyone that's got a job, but I can't have someone have authority over me. Like I can't work for someone else. That's just me. And they said, that's life. I was like, nah, that's not life.
That's your choice.
That's your choice. Like that's not life. Like having a boss is not life. It's cool to have a boss in it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
if you're cool with having a boss, you're cool.
I don't knock you, innit? I don't knock someone that works and grafts. My mum's worked herself to death until, you know, for as long as I was good. But like, so I'd never knock someone that works. But that's not life, though. Like you can have a life where you don't work for someone, you work for yourself. So it's going to come with naysayers no matter what you do, no matter how good of a person you are, no matter how positive you are, no matter how much good you do for others. People is going to hate on it because they can't understand how you can do that. So.
True. So what attributes make up an entrepreneur?
Wow.
You don't need to say all of them.
No, of course.
Just like a few that you feel.
Okay, from my perspective, and people around me, people that I look up to, people that give me advice and stuff like that, we're all super driven, work all hours, like 100-hour weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like when I started my business, me and my business partner, we was working 100-hour weeks when it was just us. We had no staff or nothing. Like we was working 100-hour weeks. I was not sleeping. Like I was literally just every day, boom, what's next, do it, staying up all night, like making this call. Obviously we're an international business, so we do business in all different time zones. So I'm like up all night because when England's asleep, America's awake. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so that's one, definitely every entrepreneur that I've ever come across has got super high work ethic and drive. Being able to identify markets. Like people have an eye for that, some people don't. You can get better with time, but there's some people that just can't do that. You know what I mean? But not saying you can't. You can still be successful. You just need the right people or the right partner. But to make a business strive, like you need to be able to identify a market that's not necessarily unique. Unique's better because obviously if it's no one else has got it and they're gonna want it. But just what do you bring to the table? What's different? So to put it in perspective, this clothing line I've started. Obviously the clothing industry is massively saturated, and I've come to learn that quick because obviously I'm new to this clothing thing. Like me and my business partner Joseph have just been. He started it 3 years ago, but I came on board as a 50% owner recently, and obviously I've been trying to jump in the deep end, and it's difficult. But even with a saturated market, obviously what we bring to the table is unique, and it's like different. Like they're kind of things that you need to identify. Saving people time, what I mentioned earlier, like finding a way that will save people time is, in my opinion, the best thing you can bring to a business. Like obviously not every business is going to have it, but like not every business is going to have that door, but saving people time and hassle, people get stressed over that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like when something's stressful and long-winded, making something simple for them is an easy way to have a service that people will pay for. You know what I'm saying? So hard work, being driven, identifying the market, and just having those things, being able to see it and like provide it. Like they're things you need to provide, and then once you hit them, get them things together, you'll be able to make money because people's willing to pay for things like that. So
definitely. I want to say thank you very much for coming on the show. You know, because I think there's a lot of things that you brought to light. For example, that money's in everything.
Facts.
You can have all the money in the world and you can still not feel good.
Facts. Because when I was, like I said, I was suicidal. Like I was going to take my own life, literally. Like my close friend saved my life, literally. Like I planned on taking my own life at one point. That's how dark I was. You get me? Yeah, I had loads of money. Like I had enough money to go on holiday every month. During this time period, I was flying out every month. Like literally in 2019, I went on holiday every single month to the most ridiculously extravagant places. Yet I was incredibly unhappy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, money is important to me. It's incredibly important, obviously, because it's not about money though. It's about freedom. Like all I want to be is free. Like I lived life being not free. Like when I had no money and I couldn't do nothing I wanted to do. Like when I was young, I remember when, this is mad, because I remember when Mike Tyson come to Wolves. Yeah, this is when I was a youth. I was about 16, 17. Mike Tyson come to Wolves. And at the time, he was my hero. Him and Floyd Mayweather was my heroes. And I was
They're
like,
your heroes for real.
And I was like, I want to go and meet this guy, Mike Tyson. And I remember I said to my mom, like, oh, can you borrow me the money to go and see Mike Tyson? It was £100 or £80, I can't remember now. And she's like, I just ain't got it. Like, I would, but I just ain't got it. I'm not gonna ask my dad because I don't chat to my dad, but like I ain't got no one. Like I said to her, I got no one could ask. And I was like, I was 16, and I was living with my mum, and I like started crying, you know, like I was that upset, like I can't meet Tyson, and that was a pivotal moment in my life, you know, like. Nah,
so that moment there is important.
Yes,
that's like everything changed.
Yes,
from
that was a big moment in my life because I was like, I can't even go and meet Tyson, you know. Like he's in Wolves, he's at the Civic doing a meet and greet. I can't even go and meet him. So it's like
one of your inspirations.
So it's like, nah, I want to be able to do what I want to do, and that's obviously snowballed into where I'm at now, where I want to do what I want to drive. What I want to drive. I want to fly where I want to fly. I want to do whatever I want to do. If you says to me now, boom, you want to go to Dubai, I'd be like, come then. I want to be able to do it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Of course,
like I want to be able to do what I want to do when I want to do it, and obviously. I'm getting there, day by day I'm getting there. I mean, I can already do pretty much whatever I want to do, but like I want to go to the next level. You know what I'm saying? I want to just go and buy a Lamborghini tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, definitely to go back to your point, money's obviously important to me, but it's not about the money. It's about the freedom. Money comes with freedom, that's just it. Like, that's it. Like I don't care about how much cash I got in my bank no more. I don't care about how much cash I got at all. Get me? I've got more money in assets anyway than I've got in cash, like which is obviously normal for a business person. But like, so money, that's a fact. It's not all about the money. It's about the freedom what comes with it.
Yeah, and the other thing as well that from this conversation that I think a lot of people should definitely take away, and I think it's very, 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 very important that you take it in, especially from people that will come from places that are deprived, is that you can't be who you can't see, and not until you find your purpose you actually get to where you want to be. Because when you're in the ends or you're in specific areas and you only get to see drug dealers and people that are doing things the wrong way, you look up at that and think that's right. But then, like, for yourself, at least other young children, teenagers and adults be able to say, like, he came from the streets and now he's got a business and he's financially stable and doing his thing. And we need hence the reason why that this exists, Huffington Post, is to show people, young people, all people, that it doesn't matter what background you come from, you can succeed in life.
Exactly.
And you can get to what you want.
To touch on that, like if 3 years ago, or like however long ago, even last year, really, like even early last year, if you'd have hollered me to come on this, I wouldn't be on this because I was on the road and I don't want to be in front of the camera, you know what I'm saying? But like, I'll come out the other side. So me being on this show shows that all the young people listening that might be on the road now, there's more to life than that. Because when I was living that lifestyle, I didn't think there was more to life. I was like, this is my life. You get me? I've got legit money. I have, but I don't care about it. I don't care about this unlegit fast money. And it's like, if you're on the road, you need to know it's not going to last forever. You get me? Because there's people listening saying, because I was the same guy. When people said it to me, I'd be like, I don't, whatever. You're old and washed, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm that old guy now.
You're not old, bro.
I'm not old, but I'm saying, when I was 23, and 30-year-old man was saying to me, you need to think about getting out of this lifestyle, I'd be like, whatever. But I'm saying, you need to listen to me because I was that guy. You know what I'm saying?
I think people like would listen, like the younger generation would listen to you.
Oh, they would?
Because you're there, you've been there. But we used to have elders, and so the elders that I know now are all broke up.
Yes, facts.
And I can't really say like I would want to be like them.
No.
If anything, they want to be like me.
Facts.
So it's just it's great to see us doing what we're doing and setting pace for the next generation. Like so,
facts. Because obviously, I don't don't
knock them.
I don't knock anyone that's on the road. I was on the road for the longest time, deep. You get me? Like, so you can't knock a man coming from a just deprived area that's only seeing drug dealers go on the road, innit? Because it's normal. There's no other options, really. When I was that age, that's how I felt. I've got no other option. I've got no other option. Like, I don't want to get a job. I don't want to... How am I going to start a business? I ain't got a clue what I'm doing. I've got no capital. So, like...
Because you don't know.
You've
never been given that.
But, like... So, I don't knock anyone that's on the road, so young people. But what you need to consider and think about is you need to think of what's the end. Like, where is this going to end? Like, it's only going to end one way. In jail or dead. So, or one of them washed up Brook man, like that are 35 and like, you know what I'm saying, they're still on a push bike, you know what I'm saying, like riding around the ends, like they're your three options there. So what you need to do is you're seeing money, like you know you're seeing money, you can invest that money. You might think how, trust me, you can. Trust me, if you've got capital here, the opportunities are endless. So if you're on the road, you need to think about your end game, your
exit strategy.
Your exit strategy, precisely. You need to think like once I made this much dough, because it's easy to do that. I've done it. Once I made this much dough, I want to do this. But then you don't. You just think, okay, now I can double it and triple it and quadruple it. But like you consider it. Anyone that's listening, there's probably people listening now that's living that lifestyle. You need to think of what's next, and you can be a legitimate business person. If anything, you'd be people like that's good on that side kind of thing. Because if you're making dough on the road, then like you know how to handle your money, you know how to manage money to some extent. Obviously, it's difficult when you got fast money coming in all the time, and you might spend 10 bags, and then I'm going to get it back next week. So there's that's an adjustment you need to make, and I can attest to that. But so basically the point being, there's a way out and you can do it. You know what I'm saying?
So I want the viewers and listeners to be able to reach out to you, speak to you. So just make it fly. Anything that you got going on, just let the people know.
Okay. So Instagram, Suge White, Suge ___white, SUGE. 3_white. That's my Instagram if you want to shout me on there. Obviously, you got Sweet Brand clothing. This is my clothing line I'm wearing now. We got a release coming very soon. It's going to be mad. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be mad. Trust me. We had so much interest in the clothes.
It's sick.
Like,
Brilliant.
so much interest. My main business right now is Supercar Search Engine. You can find that on Instagram, supercar_search engine. They're the main things to follow. Everything else is already doesn't need no more promo. But so shout me on Instagram and whatever.
Cool. Honestly, it's been a pleasure having you on the show and actually giving people the actual reality of what it's like to come off the road and doing something that has actual purpose, and having purpose in yourself to look after others, look after yourself, and to inspire others as well.
Facts, and that's the key word that you've said there. We keep saying purpose. Like, when you're on your purpose, nothing can stop you.
Yes, Suge. So, can you make it fly? Tell people about the brand, your businesses, social media, any way that they can reach out to you.
Yeah, so if you want to get me on Instagram, it's Suge White, SUGE___white. My clothing brand is Sweet Clothing, which is at SWXXT brand clothing. You can get my cars on Supercar_search engine. If you want to shout me on my personal. Whenever I'm there. So yeah.
Love it, love it, love it. Yes, and I want to say thank you very much to the listeners and viewers for locking in and watching and listening to this content. I highly recommend you like the content and leave a comment down below for myself and for Suge to get back to you. And to also share this with an entrepreneur that might need it, someone that's probably come from a deprived background, or even just someone that just needs the help, just needs to listen to these words today, because it's going to make a massive difference to them and it might actually help them take action. Once again, I want to say thank you very much for Suge for being on the show, and thank you for watching and listening. Take care, and I'll see you on the next Huffington Post show.